Well, you know, you're hopeful that it refreshes them. They come back and you know, they get a chance to clear their minds. It's even though it's a condensed season, and you know, it hasn't been a long season. It's been, I think, very taxing mentally and physically with a number of games. So, you know, we just looked at it as the right time to kind of step away for a day or two, clear their minds. We gave them a break from video and coaching, and you know, and then you know, you're back at it for the final third push here.
But it seems like you got back at it pretty hard at practice.
We did. I think the guys recognize that, you know, while we took a couple days off, these are obviously 3 critical games this weekend, and there's going to be a lot more of those down the stretch here.
Yeah, you do have a chance to open up a little bit of a gap if things fall your way.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to be having this conversation for the next, you know, 3 weeks every night. So, you know, I don't think the gap is going to be big with anybody down the stretch. We're going to have to take care of business and win the games we need to win.
Peter, you're not going to really be able to scout this team because new coach.
Yeah.
You got any inkling of what you might see different under him?
Yeah, you know what? I think you know, we pulled tape from Syracuse and the team he coached there, and some of their tendencies, which I'm assuming he's going to implement here. You saw some of that starting to happen the other night in Buffalo. Some of the things that I think they're doing differently than under Guy Boucher. So I think we have as good a handle as you can have on how he wants to play and the stuff he's going to try and implement.
You guys have something in common. You both got law degrees in practice and ended up NHL coaches.
Yeah, you know what? It's nice to see, and you know, I read some of his comments about how his law degree has helped him, you know, in the coaching department, and you know, I know I've told you guys I feel the same way. You know, there's a lot of similarities, and you know, it's good to see. You know, it's a good story, I think. A guy who you know, didn't play at a high level, and you know, has worked his way up to the NHL. It's good to see.
Well, hopefully you two won't get in an argument.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
What does getting Tony back do for you?
Well, just you know, I use the term a lot, but he's an identity player for us. We're a big, heavy team when we're playing the way we want to play, and you get a lot of size sitting on the sidelines with him and Exuberance and Covey out of the lineup. So you know, any of those guys that come back, you know, help us with the way we want to play in our team game.
Anything new on Zuby? Is it possible we could see him next week?
Good reports on his progress at home, and you know, we'll see when we get back.
Peter, is there anything you can relate from that long background to how it's helped you in coaching, as Jon was talking about earlier?
You know, I don't know from the law background. I mean, you know, I can tell you, you know, it wasn't that long ago I was standing where he's standing, you know, behind an NHL bench for your first game, and you know, really, you know, taking it all in, and you know, surprised that it's happening so quickly, and so. You know, like I said, I think it's a good story. I think the fact that the NHL is keeping an open mind, you know, that there's a lot of great coaches out there with all kinds of different backgrounds, and you know, the game is now about getting people, you know, to buy in and play the right way, and you don't necessarily have to play in the NHL for, you know, 20 years to do that.